We got some work to do now. We can count on you.
Two, one, go.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Too Much Geek Talk, where we're going to have This Week in Geek, which is our journal across the internet. We took a break, as you guys noticed, we kind of took a break because there's a lot of nerd-related news between the week of the 7th through the 11th, and this may be cut into 2, maybe 3 parts, depending on how long we rant and go up on tangents. Zach, do you have any real, starter points, or do you want to go with the major thing? I guess
I just want to go off of you. We are probably going to split this into multiple things because we do have to also get into Mandalorian and things like that. Not just the news. We have a lot of reviews. Cyberpunk 2077 came out. I'll be doing my review on that. We'll talk about Destiny. What is it? Blinding Lights.
Beyond Light.
Beyond Light, sorry. I don't play Destiny all that much. That's why he's going to review that. We're both going to review Mandalorian, the one with Boba Fett. That was chapter 15, I believe. And then chapter 16, or whatever the next episode was. Sorry, I might be a little off on that. Will be reviewed later on in the week on about Thursday. Usually we release these on Thursdays. We're releasing this one on Monday just because of, like Christoph said, all the different news. Let's just get
Nerd-related news.
Nerd-related news. Let me just open up my note here. Sorry, of Marvel movies and Star Wars movies and all the fucking craziness that's happened.
Going to happen.
For Disney. Disney released an insane lineup out of nowhere. I feel I didn't even hear anything about this. Anywhere like it's not like they were like, oh hey, we're gonna have a little conference, kind of like Nintendo does their little Nintendo Directs where they release what's coming out and things like that, and they didn't really say anything about this.
Yeah, I feel like they did this because of the Game Awards for this week.
Apparently, actually, I'm seeing right here it was the Investor Day.
Oh wow!
So this was an announcement so their investors wouldn't get scared, and they had to come hard because. They don't have parks. They don't have movie theaters, so they had to come hard on the Disney Plus series. Let's go down the list from Marvel right off the bat.
Yes.
We got WandaVision, another trailer, which I'm not going to watch. I don't really want to know a lot. Again, with the spoilers, I don't want to know a lot. And trailers today are just insane.
They show you everything, the whole plot and everything.
So what I've seen so far, I like. I don't really need to see anything else. Goes for all the trailers that were released during this thing. I haven't really watched them. I don't really want to watch them. If they come up on YouTube and I can't find the remote to skip the commercial, I'll go ahead and give them a watch. So January 15th, I think they're just, with all the delays of 2020, they wanted to give us that peace of mind that, yes, January 15th, we're still on time to get this out to you. Yeah, extremely excited.
Because Wanda was supposed to come out in November. So
that's and then this year's just been absolute shit. So things happen. But we're still getting it. I mean, with what they've done with Mandalorian, I'm so excited for these things.
I can't wait. Because these are the same actors from the movies. So it's like
So I mean, it's gonna be great. Falcon and the Winter Soldier finally getting a look at that and a March release date. I know that there was an official date, but what I'm reading right now,
no official date, just March.
I thought it was 21st or something like that, but
it could be. There's a trailer that came out.
A trailer that came out. Again, not really gonna watch that. I saw a little bit of it, and I don't think it gives away anything. I think they're just reintroducing them. Teaser trailer, kind of reintroducing themselves. A first look at Loki, which I feel like we've already had a first look at Loki, but that's coming out sometime May 2021. Which is weird.
That was the original date, though.
Was May 2021? Mm-hmm. Are you sure? Because I'm telling you, when Disney Plus was first coming out, I could have swore the thing that they were banking on was Loki for the Marvel Universe.
It was Falcon Winter Soldier and WandaVision, because that was supposed to be the November and December release.
I for some reason, I feel like Loki was that first thing that they were like, Disney Plus, we're getting a Loki series, and we're getting the Mandalorian. Like, those are those two things, and then Loki's, I just feel, has been taking forever, but we're getting that May 2021. It's not that far away, people. We're
Yeah,
getting really
and
close.
I feel
here.
like they could do that because I don't think that's going to be. I don't know, but I don't think it's going to be tied into any of the storylines. It's going to be because he got
His own thing, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think we might get a couple callbacks here and there about things, but I think it's gonna be a lot more. I think it's gonna be more funny. I think it's gonna be that more mischief kind of.
mischief. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
yeah. But it looks like we're getting a pretty good staggered release here of January. Then we get January, February for WandaVision, and then not soon after, I'm hoping we're almost flawlessly going into Falcon and Winter Soldier. We're getting that in March, April. And then May, we're going to get Loki. So I'm hoping we're getting this steady stream of 2021. Can be a little bit better than 2020, where we're getting this steady stream of entertainment from Disney+. Then we've got Hawkeye. We already knew Hawkeye. I mean, it's not a character I'm really into.
It's Green Arrow.
Yeah, I mean, it is. And the Green Arrow show was amazing. I loved it until the end, but I blame that on CW. CW likes to really.
It's when they started to do a lot of those crossovers.
Yeah, it really killed it. But CW likes to drain things. They like to go on a little bit longer than they're supposed to, and I blame that, not DC. But Hawkeye premiering in late fall 2020, so it seems like that May. June, maybe we get a little bit of a summer break there to where they're hoping maybe theaters open back up. So you're going to go see the movies first, and then we're going to go see Hawkeye more when you start doing the hibernation for the fall. We got a first look at the What If. Again, I didn't really watch it, but apparently it's going to be featuring a lot of the voice acting cast, but it's going to be a lot of
animated.
It's going to be animated. I knew that, and a lot of the voice actors are going to be the MCU stars that we know and love. So I think that'll kind of bring you into it. I'm surprised that the animation took you off of that.
Because, I don't know, it would have been dope to see live action. I guess that's why. But I think that's where I saw somewhere where Robert Downey Jr., still has a contract with Marvel, and that's probably what it is. He's just probably doing the voice acting of Tony.
Yeah, and I was just surprised because you like Clone Wars so much, so I thought maybe the animated would still bring you. I'm
just iffy on that because if you do the What If, you kind of have to make it like rated PG-14, rated R kind of because of the crazy stuff that happens through that. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. What if everybody
Punisher
kills
the entire Marvel Universe? Everybody's killed the entire universe. Then
what if everyone became Hulk?
Yeah. Then we've got a couple of things just kind of sprinkled in there. No release dates for any of these projects, but they're still going to be series. We've got Ironheart, which is going to follow somebody who I feel like this is a predecessor to.
I did not know that.
Okay.
That is just like in the comic book.
Yeah, it's going to be
Ironheart.
Yeah. Okay, that's what you thought. I thought you had read that.
Yeah,
So
I didn't read it until right now. I was like, holy crap, okay. That's awesome because that was the in the comic books. I can't remember when they released it. It was a African American female who was engineer. She reverse engineered Iron Man suit and became female Iron Man. And I can't wait for that.
That's what I thought when I saw engineering protege.
When I saw Riri Williams, I was like,
Williams,
yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's what. Okay.
That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. Then Armor Wars.
Yeah, Armor Wars. Go ahead.
Don Cheadle. I feel like that might. I feel like that's going to be where AIM takes over, and then War Machine needs to fight AIM. I feel like that's where that gets because they did AIM a little bit in Iron Man 2, but they didn't really elaborate on it, and I feel like that's where AIM's going to come back into the Marvel universe because they're a great villain. One of those constant villains that Iron Man always face. So I feel like that's going to be a good one for Don Cheadle. Which I feel good about Don Cheadle, but he might be a little bit old, but I guess. Put him in a suit CGI. It's not really him. So
he's fucking paralyzed already. So paralyzed. It doesn't matter. You put on that suit, you're good to go. Then we've got the Secret Invasion, which we've been talking about for a long time. I think we talked about that back in the podcast day. We talked about the Secret Invasion
because that ties in the end of what's her name, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, her movie.
Yes.
When Nick Fury was actually a Skrull. So I feel like this is where the Skrull versus Kree invasion is going to happen.
Yeah.
Which, in the comic books, the Skrulls were villains, so I don't know how this is going to play out, but
Yeah.
we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Were they villains? I think they were villains, yeah. They
Then,
were, because they took over the Avengers.
We got some updates on some movies for the cinematic universe, which, I mean, at this point, it's not even cinematic. It's just TV, cinema, everything is being tied into this. But we're getting Moon Knight, which we've always heard about. That's not really a surprise.
Think of it as Marvel's Batman.
She-Hulk, which we've already got. I don't know if you've heard about this.
I thought that was a series.
I thought that was going to be a
right.
series too, but it says right here, Mark Ruffalo is going to appear, and I also hear that Timothy Roth is also going to be in it, so it kind of ties in the Incredible Hulk universe.
Oh, when he becomes
well.
not the brain, the thinker or something like that.
The Red Hulk.
Red Hulk. Ooh.
It's gonna. I think that's also gonna be one of those multiverse things that we've talked about, where it's gonna bring in a lot of the Hulks. I think we might even get Eric Bana from the very first Hulk, maybe even some Lou Ferrigno in there. Maybe
That'd be dope.
I think that might bring in a lot of that. I think that might bring in a lot of things. We're also getting a Miss Marvel.
And Captain Marvel 2, which is great because that's kind of her biggest influence was Captain Marvel. So I feel like that's gonna be good to
then we're getting.
I feel like what. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I was gonna go to the next point, but I want to hear.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say what I like is that they're finally adding the diversity in the comic books. They're finally bringing that onto screen, and that's something that I love. That's why at the end of Endgame, when Captain America gave a shield to Falcon, and I was like, we're going to get Captain America, Falcon, yes. That's what made me cry.
Yeah. And we're going to get that in not a movie, a show, Christoph. You're going to get a long, drawn-out thing. Not drawn out, sorry. The drawn-out is
very
not the in-depth form of this, and I can't wait. But then we've got a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy news. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out alongside with a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. James Gunn, I saw a tweet from him, and he goes, yes, I did unironically love the Star Wars holiday special as well. So...
He said unironically?
Unironically, he loved it. Back in the day, but I mean, that was in his generation, so...
That makes sense.
I'm excited, especially if he makes it a little
What if we get a Wookiee?
What if we
get... Like a Wookiee-type
character? No. Who's the Wookiee of the Guardians of the Galaxy? Groot. What if we go to Groot's planet and we find Groot's family, and then there's a whole Life Day scenario?
It's Life Day, yes.
Oh, it'd be so great. Also, this is all being directed by James Gunn and
so glad. Didn't he get fired?
He did, but I think they realized that he just, he
was the best.
He needs to be loved by everybody. DC needed his love with. Suicide Squad, which we'll talk about that later. Later on.
I just knew, but I'm glad they bring him back because he made those movies really great.
A series of shorts, animated stories with Groot called "I Am Groot."
I think you have to do that animated just because CGI is kind of too much.
Interesting, and I'm guessing you can have Vin Diesel be the voice on that.
You don't even need to just recapture his voice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he re-recorded his "I Am Groot's" for the second. Did he?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Different fluctuations of "I Am Groot."
But I know that he did that in the first one. I know he's done it in a lot of different languages as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that man his money.
To finish off the Marvel stuff, Feig has confirmed not recasting T'Challa. Obviously, that would be
rest in peace.
I think you'd have an uproar, an absolute.
I would burn Marvel Studios down because I'm like, how dare you? Which I feel like what's gonna happen is Shuri and the comic books she didn't become Black Panther. She became the king of Wakanda or the queen of Wakanda. So I don't know who the next Black Panther will be.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna be. It's a very sensitive subject, and it's gonna be interesting to find out. Who does this? Ryan, don't know how to say his last name. Coogler? Ryan Coogler will be directing. He did the first one as well, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a very interesting
he's going to take care
He's
of
going
that.
to take care of it for
That's
sure. Still set for July of 2020.
didn't even talk
Again,
about the
all this
spoilers.
stuff, I'm wondering, 2020, 2023. I mean, in the way we are in the world right now, I hope theaters are open, but who knows
Yeah.
at that point? And who knows if this is going to be Disney Plus things or whatever. But the third.
I forgot it.
Yeah.
I forgot to talk about this one earlier because we'll go into the thing. I guess a lot of people don't know who Thanos was, so that's why I guess they had to release this information, and I'm just kind of very upset. But King the Conqueror is going to be in the next Iron Man and Wasp, Quantum Mania, which I'm very upset because Kang is one of the biggest. He's up there with Galactus and Thanos, where he is a time traveling conqueror. He conquers different times. So that's where it's going to tie in, and I'm just very upset with that. I had this feeling it was going to happen when Endgame happened, when they started going through back in time. Kang hates that. Kang hates when people go back in time and alter his universe because it messes up his future. So I feel like we're going to see his future be all destroyed because of what they did in Endgame. So that's where it's going to connect, but I just wish they didn't tell us that. I just wish they didn't.
That's one of those things where that's kind of
he's an unknown villain.
Unknown villain, and the Marvel universe, I feel, is a little bit more open than the Star Wars universe. With what we've talked about that personally and on future episodes.
Jonathan Major, who's that?
I don't know. I'm actually looking that up as well. Give us 1 second.
Oh, he has a good voice. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yes, he has a good voice. So because
the-
Kane's like
The one
he's a
thing,
robotic.
I'll talk about
entity, I think.
HBO Max later, but Lovecraft Country is one of the shows, and he's on that. So that's
And Kane has a very distinct voice, and I like his voice.
Yeah,
so
that'll be interesting. I'm definitely
fine with that. But yeah, King the Conqueror is going to be.
Then we got
in Iron Man
Doctor
and Wasp.
Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, which we've already known. WandaVision's going to be in on that, and Sony and Marvel's third Spider-Man movie will also be. Yeah, watch our bone to pick later on in the week about when we talk about that. The studio has confirmed that will appear. Oh, he's going to also be in the Spider-Man movie. Yeah, so it's obviously all going to tie in.
I think. Okay, so Spider-Man and Doctor Strange as my ranks in Marvel characters. I'm very excited for Multiverse of Madness. I was kind of upset with Doctor Strange 1 when they already introduced Dormammu, because I was like, that's one of his biggest villains.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited about the Multiverse of the Madness. I'm very, very intrigued about that, because that's what sends Wanda, Scarlet Witch, into this madness. So I that's what the whole show about WandaVision is going to be about. But I'm very curious about how that's going to play out.
Yeah.
Please don't spoil that, Marvel. Please just let that roll out. Let that roll out. I think that's why they're not giving that much information, because Doctor Strange is not that big of a character yet in the eyes of the public. So I feel like they're going to keep that under wraps, because not a lot of people knew who Doctor Strange was, but they came out loving that movie. So I feel like that's what they're going to do again with the sequel, and I'm happy with that, because that's one of my top tier Marvel superheroes. So yeah, we'll see.
And then finally, Marvel
biggest
Studios, they're doing Fantastic Four. I'm excited. I hope I'm excited.
I want John Krasinski as Mr. Reed or Mr. Fantastic.
There's been talks that he's. Now, is that going to make you mad if they say that?
Oh no, because that's a perfect cast. That's not a spoiler. That's a perfect cast.
Spoiler
would be like, we're gonna have Dr. Doom, and I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know who the villain is. I guess
Dr.
that's
Doom,
why.
I think you gotta have. No, I think Marvel's gonna do it right, and we're not getting Dr. Doom. We're gonna get somebody way better than Dr. Doom.
There's a lot of Fantastic Four villains.
Yeah, obviously they're like one of the first Marvel comics, so obviously.
And what I hope they are then going to slowly trickle in is X-Men. They're going to, because in the old Marvel movies they couldn't say mutants; they only could say enhance, because Fox owned the rights to the word mutant, which is fucking ridiculous. But now that Marvel owns X-Men, I think we're now going to be able to call Scarlet Witch a mutant, and we're going to be able to say Quicksilver was a mutant. I think we're now going to be able to
I think we could get Quicksilver back. But the
Marvel
X-Men
version, right?
No.
Oh.
X-Men version, and then that might bring Scarlet Witch into a whole thing, because
that's her brother. Oh.
But
they messed up. But they messed up the storyline of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, because that's Magneto Kid. So I don't like how they did that.
But still, like, it wasn't that way in the X-Men universe, but she
wasn't-
still sees
I
it
didn't
as
watch
that. So
Apocalypse,
like
so I
no,
don't know.
like Days of Future Past where he's actually Quicksilver. That could really open up a lot of doors there.
Yeah, I didn't watch those X Men movies. They were hard garbage, and I never give them a chance.
They were hit and miss.
Probably
yeah.
I probably now watch them, but I just never liked them.
I still haven't watched Apocalypse because I think that's just absolutely
As an
ridiculous.
ooze, I'm not watching that.
I haven't.
They mess up on Apocalypse.
You know what? We've actually been talking a lot lately
Son of a
lately about Oscar Isaac, and that's the only Oscar Isaac movie I haven't watched. Now that I think about it, because he played the Ivan Ooze Apocalypse character.
I might now have to watch it because he's a great actor, but I don't
He
know
is,
about
but
the storyline.
I can't bring myself to.
Because like in the comic books, it's Cable who goes back in time, and that's what wakes Apocalypse, and they didn't do that. That's why I'm like,
well, you can't always get what you want, especially if it was Sony involved or Fox.
Speaking
or
of
anybody.
Sony, speaking of Oscar Isaac, his name is too close to each other in words. So is dyslexic. He's gonna be Snake in the Solid Snake movie or Metal Gear Solid, which I can't wait for that. I'm very excited for that.
That was a good palate cleanser into the Star Wars.
Yeah.
We still have to get into Star Wars.
Yeah.
first.
And before we even go there, I should have done it beforehand. Tom Holland's gonna be Nathan Drake in Uncharted. I'm gonna go into that blind because I'm not happy about that, but it's okay. It's okay.
So,
All right, Star Wars.
Do you need a mini bone to pick here? But okay, so Star Wars. Star Wars. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Dun, dun, dun.
Straight off the bat, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi. We already knew. Sadly, we
There's a
get the
Bone
spoiler.
to pick.
The spoiler. We talk about that later on in the week. We pre-recorded those. We should have recorded it the opposite way, but
No,
whatever.
we did it right.
We did it right. But so we've got a bone to pick about that. With Hayden Christensen's going to be in it. Great, awesome. Didn't need to know that, but cool. I was already interested, and then you put that in there, and sure, I guess I'm equally as interested. I don't know. But we're also getting 2 spin-offs that are going to be in the same Mandalorian timeline of Rangers of the New Republic, which I'm unsure about these. I've heard different things for some reason of whether some of these are going to be series or movies. Like Obi-Wan, we obviously know is a series. Ahsoka, I've heard indefinitely that it's
I heard
about
series
Ahsoka?
and a movie.
for
Yeah.
Ahsoka. Yeah, the Star Wars stuff is very like the Marvel stuff. We
Convoluted.
very well know what's a series and what's a movie, except for
Yeah.
maybe the She-Hulk thing where we did have that disagreement.
I think
where
that
it
might
could
be a movie.
a movie, but it could be a series. I don't know.
It'd be better
Also,
series,
I've
but
heard
it might be a movie.
Miss Marvel. I've heard 2 different things about series and movie. So some of
Maybe
this I
she's
didn't
in the
really
movie,
know.
but she'll have her own series.
Maybe, but
Like she comes
Um,
in.
yeah. So and then we have Ahsoka, which I hope that's a series. I really do.
Yeah.
Also,
like it.
both of these are going to be taken on by John and Dave, which, I mean, what they've done for The Mandalorian and for the Star Wars universe in The
If-
Mandalorian is absolutely amazing.
If they don't take care of the rest of Star Wars, like on Disney Plus, Disney's fucking up. I'm sorry. I have
If
to
John
say
Favreau isn't in the same seat as Kevin
that. Feige. Yeah,
Feige-
he's up there.
in
I
the
feel like
Star Wars
him-
universe as the Marvel universe, if they're not in the same seat,
I feel like
even
him
though-
and Dave are the same seat with Kevin
Yeah.
up there because they took care
well,
of it.
actually put Dave in the Kevin seat and put
Yes.
John in the Russo brothers seat almost.
Yes.
It's
yes,
kind of how I
yes.
want to see the Marvel
Mhm.
studios. And
I think that's
the
how it is.
Star Wars
I,
studio. It-
now that I think about it,
very loosely, I think Disney doesn't have their claws quite sunk into the Star Wars universe as they do the Marvel universe. Yeah,
that's
and I
because
think
Marvel
that's how
be-
this is gonna be shaped in
Yeah.
the rest of what we're gonna talk about here.
yeah, and I think that's because Marvel was its own company before Disney bought it, so it was already had its grasp. Where now they're trying to replicate that what Marvel did with Star Wars, and they effed up with the first 3 movies, but they're trying to redeem themselves with these series. So I feel like that's what's trying to happen. Because the first couple Marvel movies were crap, but we just gonna leave that alone. I'm not happy
So,
about
and then
this.
we're getting the Ahsoka, which
Or not
Rosario
that.
Dawson already confirmed that we're going to keep her. Awesome. Perfect.
Can I get a flashback of her and Hayden Christensen talking? Because that'll make me cry.
That's another thing about the Hayden Christensen. Okay, again, that was later on in the week, but we filmed it already. But let announce Hayden Christensen, and we can have that in the Ahsoka. Yeah, absolutely, perfect, great. Rangers of the New Republic. I don't really know what that's about. I think that's going to be its own thing, right?
I feel like that's going to be not the Death Watch, but the actual Mandalorian with Bo-Katan. I feel like that's what it's going to be about.
Oh, that is what that's going to be about. Duh. Jesus. So great. I'm actually super psyched about that. I don't know why I thought that was like, where like Dave Filoni and the other guy were in the X-Wings. I thought that was the New Republic Rangers.
That's probably gonna be Squadrons. We'll get to that later.
For some reason, I kind of thought that. For some reason, I don't know why. We're getting the Bad Batch. It's going to be an animated series. You're not happy about it. I know nothing about it because I don't watch the Clone Wars.
Yeah, the reason why I'm not happy about that. So the very last season, which took them I think 5 years to make Clone Wars.
I just want to know why I want the audience to know why I just jumped and they probably just heard a huge pop. Somebody lit off a firework around here and it scared the shit out of me. I almost crapped. Okay.
Oh damn.
Keep going about the Bad Batch.
So the reason why I'm not happy about the Bad Batch is the very last season of Clone Wars, which took them forever to do. Dave Filoni, it was on Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network took it off because it was deemed too violent for kids or whatever. But he put it on Disney Plus, which is kind of ironic now because they made so much money. But the first 4 episodes of that last season, and it was only a 12 episode season, was the Bad Batch. And the Bad Batch is just pretty much, I have to choose my words carefully because I don't want to offend anybody. It's clones that were malfunctioned, that weren't created, that didn't form to the stormtroopers that we love, that we all know. They were all disformed, they were all disfigured, but they all had their own abilities, which I kind of was like, that's kind of stupid. There was one that like the guy had glasses, but he was a very tech guy. There was one that was super big, and he was the tank, and it just felt weird. One had a blind eye, but he was a dead shot on the other eye. So it was kind of like, they were the scrap type of clones, but they made their own crew called the Bad Batch, and that's why I'm not happy about that. It was a very type of let's put this out in the first 4 episodes, see how the fans reacted. The fans were like, oh, we want to know more about them, and now we're gonna get the Bad Batch. I'm not happy about it, to be honest with you.
Are you gonna watch it, you think?
Yeah, of course, but I'm not happy.
Okay. I mean, I'll watch it, and I don't even know the Clone Wars all that much. Maybe I'll have watched the Clone Wars by the time this comes out. None of this really has dates on it for Star Wars.
I don't think it will.
Dates on it.
It's like 2024.
Yeah, they've got a lot of planning to do still. I mean, we'll still have the Mandalorian, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
We have Andor, which is starring Rogue One's Diego Luna, coming. This one actually has a date. Disney Plus in 2020. I've heard stuff about this before this even happened. I'm excited. Obviously a prequel. Unless somehow he's out of some kind of rubble. I mean, obviously everyone's dead at the end of Rogue One, so I don't see how this could be a sequel.
It starts with Andor and then just shows a bunch of dust
I'm
and
actually
credits.
Now I've actually got really good feelings. I don't know why this just came to me. Obviously we're gonna get him, and then he's gonna somehow find. Hopefully we get that story of how he finds K2SO.
Oh. Or re-engineers it, yeah.
Or re-engineers him. I'm really hoping, because K2SO is one of my favorite.
They have to
characters.
Droid,
favorite characters. I was gonna say droid, but I mean he's just one of my favorite characters of all time.
That's true. Yeah.
And the Star Wars.
It beats the one from Solo, the one that they put into the Millennium Falcon. I forgot what it was called, but Lando's droid.
Oh yeah, that dies in Han.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one that you're talking about? Yeah. Okay, then we're getting the Acolyte, which is set in the High Republic era of the franchise.
Which it's supposed to be. What I read, High Republic. So there's the Old Republic, and then there's the Republic that we knew, which is the prequel. High Republic is supposed to be the time between that, where the Sith is, because Old Republic there's a shit ton of Sith, a shit ton of Jedi's. High Republic, the Sith now enabled the rule of 2, and now the Jedi's are slowly dying. So it's like that. I think that's what the increase is. It's going to show that. Okay. You're going to get a lot of Jedi Knights, but then you're going to get a lot of conflicting Jedis that want to go to the dark side. But then because Sith only has rule 2, a lot of Jedi are gonna die. So I think that's what's the crossplay is gonna happen, the cross forward. But I don't know. That's just me guessing, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Then we have a droid story, which is a new project from Disney Plus that'll feature new heroes alongside R2D2 and C3PO.
You got I have a great photo of BB-8 and R2D2 at in an open garden, and they're picking apples. And when I read that, that's what I thought of.
Like, it's obviously going to be a little bit more, I feel, centered towards kids, but I'll still watch it.
Yeah, of course.
It's still going to have those, like, funny inside Star Wars jokes. Then we're going to get, this is very little information of what we're doing here. Lando is getting his own new event series. I don't know what event series mean. I think it's going to be limited. I think it's going to be just like a one-off thing.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to Disney Plus. Not really sure. It's not really saying anything here. If I'm guessing we're getting, I can't think of his name, but we're gonna get the older Lando Calrissian, not the Donald.
I would like
Glover
for Donald
Lando.
Glover.
I'd
like
love for that, but Donald Glover's kind of got his Childish Gambino career going on. He's not really looking to do that kind of stuff. Then we're getting Visions, which is a anime anthology series. Don't really know what that's going to be like. Kind of feel like it could be like a Star Wars What If series. Like, what if Jar Jar Binks was a Sith?
You know what it could be? Don't ever.
That was what. Oh my god. Okay, I had thought about this earlier. So my call that I want to make, this might not even have been in what we're talking about right now, but I want to make this call that I think is going to happen. So, now we're going to go into the movies of things, and we're going to talk about the Tiki Waititi guy, the director from Thor. He's still doing a movie, but we haven't been told what it is. Christoph, I think if anybody can make this work, it is him and Dave Filoni. He's gonna make Gungan, if not a Jar Jar Binks movie.
No, don't even. No, don't even. No.
I'm calling it on this episode right now.
No.
That's why they haven't said anything.
No.
That's why they haven't said anything.
Because what they're going to do is they're going to try to take some things from Legends, Star Wars Legends, which is non-canon, and make that canon. They're going to talk about Darth Bane. They're going to talk about Darth Tygus. That's what he's doing. Only he could do a movie like that, where we talk about the Sith. We don't talk about the Jedis. We talk about the Sith and how they came and fell. He's doing that. We're not getting a Gungan movie. How dare you say
Jar Jar
that?
Binks. Listen.
How dare you
listen?
say
They've
that?
already. They've already put the bandage on the metachlorines with Grogu, with how he has the metachlorines. So they fixed that from the prequels. They're fixing a lot of things from the prequels with the newer stuff. They're gonna fix Jar Jar. They're gonna make Jar Jar lovable.
I will rip Star Wars out of my heart if that actually happens. I will never ever watch another thing with Star Wars if they actually confirm that Jar Jar Binks is a Sith or was a Sith Lord. He could have been manipulated by Palpatine. I would be fine with that. But if they say that he was the brains behind that, I will never watch Star Wars again.
So,
I will never watch Star Wars
more
again.
Star Wars stuff. Wonder Woman's director, the director of Wonder Woman 1984. Will be doing Rogue Squadron, due out in December 2023.
That's an Isaac movie. He's probably going to be Poe Dameron in that.
Ooh, good one. Good call. Definitely watch it no matter what, but that's a good call.
That's the video game, essentially. Like,
yeah. And then it says here, Tiki Waititi's movie, already in development. Great. Then just a couple. I'm going to just pull... I'm not going to talk about everything. I'm just going to pull out some good things. Baymax, a series about Big Hero 6. I'm down for it.
I'm happy with that. It was a good comic book, so.
Yeah, it was a good comic book. We actually had the whole Stan Lee cameo in that. I like Big Hero 6. I really do.
Not a lot of people know, but that is a Marvel... Not like... Marvel owns it, but it's like a Marvel affiliate, which is pretty cool.
Zootopia Plus. I loved Zootopia. Totally down for that. Wondering where that's going to go. Wondering if we're going to get Jason Bateman again as
Yeah,
the
I think
Fox.
so.
Things like that.
The Princess and the Frog's having I think a series, it looks like, called Tiana.
Yeah.
That's going to be very interesting.
That's going to be interesting. Long form musical comedy series for Moana. That's interesting.
The Rock is just trying to get paid.
Encanto, I think. I'm not good at Spanish, so that's probably not right. But it's a Colombian movie set with music written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. I was a big fan of Hamilton. As a matter of fact, we're at the end of the year. Spotify's put out our year in review. A lot of Hamilton on my 2020 year in review on Spotify. Actually, I think it's like number 3 on mine. I loved Hamilton when it came to Disney Plus. So definitely gonna watch that with Lin-Manuel Miranda. Don't really care about any of that stuff. Don't care about that. Doug Days. We're getting a new series based off of the dog Doug from Up. I'm into it. Love Doug. It was great. I'm into it.
It's that, but
I'm into it. It's a little crappy because you're just pulling from stuff you already have. But that's what Pixar does best. They just pick.
yeah,
from
that's
what they
true.
already
That's
fucking
true.
have.
They're having a car series too.
Car
so
series
I guess.
following Lightning McQueen and Mater. I don't see you. I see you getting Larry the Cable Guy, but I don't see you getting Owen Wilson to do the voice for that again.
I mean, they got money, so they probably
Pixar doing an original. Oh my God, something original from Pixar for the first time in God knows how long. Win or Lose, which is about a middle school softball team. I mean, it's Pixar and it's original, so it's probably gonna make me cry every week. So I'm down. Okay, I'm skipping. I know you're going over the same list. I'm skipping right to Lightyear.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting an origin story of Buzz Lightyear. I've went and I read some comments on stuff, and everybody hates it. Chris Evans is going to be the voice of Buzz Lightyear in this one. Why?
I love Chris Evans, but dude, why?
Why? Why is it not Tim Allen? Everybody, why is it not Tim Allen? Why is it not Tim Allen?
You know what? He lost his job as Captain America. That's why.
True. Disney's got to do something with him. Put him in the Star Wars universe. He could do something great in the Star Wars universe. Oh,
he
God.
could be Darth Bane. Oh my God. You broke me.
The look on Kristoff's face right there was awesome. That was worth bringing that up. I'll keep going while Kristoff lets his brain work. But I kind of put this in my head of Chris Evans. Maybe they need a younger voice for Buzz Lightyear for some reason. But Tim Allen's been it since we were kids. So why do you need a younger voice? Why do you need a different voice at all? I understand that this might be a workaround for Tim Allen was the voice of the toy. This is the voice of Buzz Lightyear, what the toy was based off of. But yeah, that's my
Sorry, he
thoughts
could
on
be
that.
Darth Raven. Oh.
No, Darth Raven's already being played by Keanu Reeves.
Is it, okay? Well, give him Darth Bane or even Darth Annihilus. Oh,
He could be so many
sorry.
things.
I'm sorry. The nerd in me just came alive again. Oh,
I'm sorry. I didn't go through this entire list, and then I just read about Turning Red. Can you read this with me, sir?
wait.
It's at the end, right under Lightyear, where I had gotten this from. About a 13-year-old going through puberty that transformed into a giant red panda. Yes, really, when she gets excited, is in development. I read that as when she's developing. Oh, God. All right, everybody, that was way too long to go over just that. So that's part one. Cut it. That's part one of Geekly Weekly this time. That was a lot to go through. That got hit. We're doing this, like he said, on the 11th. That's Friday. That got hit on Thursday night, and we immediately called each other and started talking about all this stuff. But hit subscribe. I got to get through this quick because it's really long already. Go to number 2 when you got time. That's where we're cutting these into smaller bits, so you can go watch that later if you don't have time right now. We've got another couple parts to go, but please hit subscribe on this one, hit like on this one. Go to number 2.
needs to be a Sith.
We'll see you later.
Come on, Scooby, we need it. You're not fooling, we